Alrighty. Here we are with the Super Nintendo Let's Play. Live stream, as I promised you guys. As I said in my part 1 of Sgt Show, you can go check that out if you want more info on that. So yeah, we got 3 games as always we're gonna play. And these are some random ass games that I think should not take too long to play. But we're just gonna play them for what they're worth. And so yeah, it's a couple of games, not too many. Honestly, I think we should have fun. Let me move something back here a little bit. Brightness. Okay. Okay, welcome guys. We are back with another live stream. And this time with the Super Nintendo, I'm trying to try something different. I hope you guys enjoy a 50-minute plus stream today. So it's gonna be a long one, about 15 minutes each for each stream. That's probably somewhat accurate. So today's games are Sunset Riders, Stunt Race Effects, and Sgt Saunders Combat, a mix of random games I sold over the years, basically. So that's where the inspiration comes from. Basically, I missed those games, and so I'm playing them now using an emulator. So yeah, Dark Lord LP is basically the next LP after I do a Let's Discover and a PlayStation 1 stream. I might even do a Neo Geo Pocket stream as well. So stay tuned for that, because it might come after I do my PlayStation X. After I do my PSX stream, and then I'll do a Let's Discover after that. And then we'll start our Dark Lord Let's Play. And I'm trying to hype it up, but I'm really not that hyped. It's a game I played before back in the day. It's really not that fun of an RPG, but it's interesting, and I just wanted to play it for what it was. Because the story is pretty nice, and I haven't played a Nintendo game in a while, so I just decided to get back to my old school roots. So yeah, I hope you guys are going to enjoy. Thank you guys. Got a lot of subscribers lately. Got a lot of fans. I really do appreciate you guys. Yeah, so without further ado, let's begin with Sunset Riders, which is the first game on this list. I'm just gonna load that up right now. And it's kind of hot out here in California, so let's kind of just get this over with. I kind of want to turn on the fan real quick. So yeah. Alright, yep. Neko, welcome. Alright, it's been a while. Why don't you stream often anymore? To be honest, I don't know. It's just something I haven't been doing with the corona around. It really does hinder people's times and their abilities to perform. Especially since because of the corona, people will be at home more often. But the fact is, people still have things to do, and corona affects their everyday life, so they spend more time trying to figure out ways around it. And I think that's where most of the time it gets taken up. Am I still doing the Enigma Let's Play next? No, I said I would, but I'll just end up putting it in my next Japan only stream. Sorry about that. So here's Sunset Riders. I know a little bit about this game. Like very little about this. I know that it's an arcade version. This is the remake of an arcade version, and that's about all I know. I know that there's 4 different characters. I feel like they all play this pretty much the same. Most people go with Steve. I think he's the one with 2 guns, and so he does 2 spread shots of damage. But yeah, so for instance, Sunset Riders is basically a side-scrolling run and gun game developed by and released by Konami. There's a lot of Konami games when we do our PlayStation 1 live stream, we're gonna check out some Konami games as well, or a Konami game to be exact. How do I get over this? I should have played the game. I have no idea how I'm supposed to get up there. Wow, okay. Ah, damn, they got me. Okay, so it's an acquired taste. This was actually a coin-operated video game on the JAMA arcade platform in 1991. I do know that much. I went to one of the little what was it? One of Konami's EA meetings, and this was announced. One of the games that was announced. But, this game is basically set in like an old Western style, where the player takes control of a bounty hunter who's basically seeking rewards offered for various criminals in exchange for golds. But it's for the Super Nintendo, and I don't know if you can find the main version. There's probably a multi-arcade version. But we're going to stick with the Super Nintendo version, because that's the one that's probably more talked about, to be honest. So, I'm going to hope that's true. And, yeah. So, wait, how did I die? Oh, that's how. Okay, you have to be really agile with jumps. Okay, keep that in mind. Stampede! So, you know. So overall gameplay is good, but you know, it's one of those games that you definitely need practice. Oh, it's too easy throwing the bomb. Dang it. I might have to use save states on this one. Let's try Billy. Billy Bob Ray. I think we already did try Billy. No, I think we tried Bob. He has a simulator one. I don't see him being as good as his counterparts. I mean, hey, fuck it. I guess he hits hard. I have no idea how I found my way around that, but hey, man, people are being so loud around here lately. It's like the Chrono's got people acting a fool, to be honest with you. It's kind of annoying. You can't shoot while you're off screen, only when you're on screen, so maybe a light jump. Yeah, light jump is the way to go. Oh, dang, he got me. Don't want to get hit by that. Run, Waluigi! Yay! 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 Yeah! 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 Always a difficult stage.
It's time to pay.
Make me pay. Oh, well, that isn't fair. Oh, man. Let's try Cormano. LGQ Gamer donated $3.03. Welcome to my stream, bro. I appreciate all subscribers and helpers. I guess these are just like reskins of the first two characters just for like the second player, I'm guessing, because this is a two-player co-op game. That could be a wild guess, but you know, I'm gonna take my chances on that one and guess that it is. I'm definitely feeling the run and gun feel. Those damn bombs, they catch you off guard because you can't see them sometimes. Macho seems like a good character. I like how he just sneaks back to the middle of the screen, like something's not right.
It's time to pay.
Yeah, the key is not to jump. Oh boy, I didn't know that the damn barrels can injure you too. Yeah, so overall gameplay is good with this one, but this game, yeah. But on to the next one, and so yeah, basically Stunt Race. On to the next game. This fuck it. Yeah, whatever. Fuck. Yeah, Sunset Riders. That's Sunset Riders for you guys. Yeah, it's definitely a game you gotta practice a little bit. You can't just hop into it like I just did. One-hit deaths. One of those one-hit death games. Interesting. Nino Neko, I just bought a Super Nintendo Mini. I can't wait to see how it plays. Does Shadowrun make an appearance? Troll time. Question. Poetry in motion. Honestly, I don't know. But it's Nintendo, so probably, I suppose. LGQ Gamer, can you play Chrono Trigger or Star Fox next? I would, but I don't own them for one, too. Plus, actually, I'm going to be loading up Stunt Race Effects, which is like a personal favorite. So enjoy to answer your question. If it does, if it doesn't, I apologize for that. It's kind of hot. I just got through turning on the air. In between that, I did have a little cut, but I just got through yeah, turning on the air, so I should be, you know, relaxing. I might be in the mood to switch up, but I haven't been doing a lot of scheduled Let's Plays lately. So yeah, here's Stunt Racer Effects. So we're gonna load that up. I don't want to spend too much time, but definitely gonna be like a 50 plus, at live stream for sure. For sure. I got you guys. Don't worry about it. So it may not be like 50 plus on the dot, but it might be close, like 49 minutes around there. It'll be basically close to, you know, 50 pretty much. So yeah, but here's Stunt Race Effects. So yeah, Stunt Race Effects, known in Japan as Wild Tracks, is basically like a cartoon-style 3D racing video game developed by Nintendo EAD with basically the assistance of Argonaut Software, and it's basically one of those early 3D polygonal games. It was published by Nintendo for the Super Nintendo. It was basically the second game to use the 3D-centric, like Super Effects powered GSU-1 chip, which basically is Super Effects chip, and that basically helped make this game fully, almost not fully 3D, but damn near similar to fully 3D. It's very polygonal, but it basically, I don't know how to explain Stunt Race Effects. I couldn't put it to words if I tried it. I really don't have the words. I just know that this game is very laggy because it's hard to run this game at full speed. So basically, forget Mode 7. This was basically one of the first attempts at 3D gaming, so call that nostalgic gaming. So it reminds me of like an early PlayStation 1 game. Very like grainy, draw distance is like extremely poor, but overall still playable to a certain degree. There is like really subtle like physics effects in this game, like bouncing off the shit really does like make your tires and shit like bounce as well. Yeah, overall it's playable. It's just a little janky to play, wonky shall I say. I don't even think if you had an analog stick you'd be able to play this game like properly. It's just requires a lot of skill. You'd have to play the game enough. I played the game as a kid, but I really haven't played it since then. So my skills towards this game are completely brand new. So yeah, you really do take body damage, shall I say. And you can also jump in this game, so that's another mechanic. You won't be using that. I usually try to use that to like get over the enemy if the enemy's in the way. I usually try to use that to jump over them. But that's only if it works like that. Which I know it doesn't. But yeah, this is Stunt Race Effects. There's other games like the Canada Cup, Dirt Tracks Effects, Vortex, I think, and Star Fox, Super Yoshi's World. A lot of other games use the effects. It really came out like late in the Super Nintendo's lifespan, so it really wasn't touched too heavily upon. But overall, it's still a good game, honestly. This is probably the more like polished of the racing games, though, because the other ones are a little bit janky. This one's no different. It's no different, but this one is more similar to Star Fox and Vortex, for sure. So yeah, enjoy this trash ass audio and this gameplay. Mino Neko, have I played the other ones? No, Mino Neko. I hope I see some other other guys on here that I wanted to see on this live stream. But to answer your question, no, Mino Neko, I have not played the other ones. I've only played Stunt Race Effects, unfortunately. But they all play the same. There's really not that much of a difference. I mean, some games look like they use the Stunt Race, but they're really using just the Mode 7, like Bike Daisuke and all that stuff. But this is a fully polygonal, basically, almost a fully polygonal racing game for the Super Nintendo. Kind of like Days of Thunder in a weird way. This level reminds me of the Sonic level, where you gotta get the rings and shit. Also has a Firebugs feel. And so yeah, the audio really is like choppy as fuck. Sorry about that. My emulator just can't run this game at full speed. Push, push, push. Woo! Yeah, there's also a stunt racetrack, so you can do stunts and shit in this game. So that would be another feature I would want to check out, but I'm not going to do that as of now. I'm just going to take my rank in second place. Take my checkpoint rank. And I think we'll win. I think we won both laps, I think, in first place or second place. One of the two. And you can't fall off the track. So yeah, guys, that's Stunt Race Effects. Yeah, so on to the next and the last game on this list, which is basically going to be Sgt Saunders Combat, which I thought it was a Japan-only game, but it's actually a Super Nintendo game. So you can play in first-person mode as well. I thought it was a Japan-only or Europe game, but I guess there was an English version as well. I couldn't find a box art for it, so I just found some made-up box art for it, but it's still basically the same thing, to be honest with you. They're still both practically the same box art pictures, just one just not accurate. But yeah, let's load that in. This game, oh, that's a pretty cool animation. That's pretty cute, actually. That's like some Korokyu Kawaii shit right there. I definitely will have to pick up Stunt Race Effects, play that later on. I'll definitely have to check out the other games as well, Mino Neko. I haven't really had the time to, but I will give it some time to, you know, eventually do that, because I think other games do deserve a little bit more love. So, who's Janelle Inosuke? Janelle Inosuke, 18. You should stream the new Final Fantasy. Also love your Gojin Senki videos. Been waiting to see footage on that. Yeah, so Gojin Senki is a hidden gem. I didn't even know that you were even on my stream. I usually see people when they enter my chat. But thank you. I appreciate the yeah, so yeah, I should. LGQ. CRW isn't a hard game role, but something like Oasis Road is though, so should Let's Play next. A lot of suggestions that I really don't have answers for, but I will keep them all in consideration and in my mind. But yeah, I know about CRW, Counter-Revolutionary War. It's boring. Let's be honest. It's not funner than Panzer Warfare, and Panzer Warfare is pretty boring because battles are very long. So it's basically like SD Gundam Panzer Warfare. It's a Bran Presto only game, Japan only. We'll check it out, but after playing CRW, I kind of haven't really been feeling like the tactical feel, but I have been playing Stunt Race Shokin, and I was hoping that would get me in the mood, so it is. So I might not play it next, but I probably will include it somewhere on the list. Yeah, thank you, LGQ Gamer, but I don't play modern games because everyone is basically playing them, and I'm different. I tend to want to stand out, you know, and it's kind of how I started this channel and all that stuff. So yeah, oh, finally Mino Neko wants to donate. She donated $1.79. He, she, I don't know what your genderification is, but thanks. Honestly, it was needed, because yeah, I've been dealing with money issues with this whole Corona stuff. I'm pretty sure you guys have been affected by it as well. You can probably tell a lot. I think a good majority of the world was affected by it, so I already know how that shit goes. So yeah, onto Sergeant Saunders Combat, which is basically a tactical war game like Dice and Ryaku, but a little bit way more intuitive, I guess. So let's load up the game on this list. I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. It's been a while since I've done a Super Nintendo stream, or any really old school stream in general other than PlayStation 1. But that's still pretty kind of modern because the 3D graphics and stuff make it more modern. But I'm gonna start getting back into the old school games, start doing some more Super Nintendo Let's Plays and some Neo Geo and stuff like that, Game Boy. I feel like I've been missing that element myself, but yeah. So guys, thank you guys for joining my stream. Let's go ahead and load up this last game, and let's hop into it. Might as well. Sgt Saunders. I've had enough of war games. I played Ball Bullet Gun the other day, and that was a boring ass wannabe paintball war game. So I think I was done after Dice and Ryaku as well. Military Madness and Barbarossa as well. Definitely Gundam. Definitely played a lot of Gundam in my days. Probably the only game I'll play other than that is Namco Super Wars. And that's for the Super Famicom, so that'll be a while before I touch that game. But yeah, it's a Play Avenue game made by Csoft, which is basically like one of my favorite companies if you don't know by now. They make some of my best games, along with Quintet is also another one of my favorite companies. Before they disbanded and shit. Rare as well. That's basically what the game looks like. So we got 5 people on the stream, and we got 1 new subscriber. How much money have we racked up? 179, $3. 179 plus $3. For 482. That's not bad. That's close to $5. I have 25 cents on me. I need to go to the store and buy me some beers. I'm supposed to have a party coming over, so I'm gonna buy me some beers. And it's just gonna be me and 2 guys and one of their wives, and we're just gonna play some basically gonna play some PlayStation 1 games, and that's basically a party since that's all we can really do nowadays. So without further ado, let's hop into it. Now I know you guys probably wanted me to play some other games, but these are pretty close to it, so you can't complain. You can do test gameplay. I don't know if that's test gameplay or testing the sound effects. We're gonna leave that alone. I have no idea what just happened. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I finally got it to work. This is like a Japan, aka English game, because Sgt Saunders Combat is a Japan-only game. So I managed to somehow get it to work. Don't know how I did it, but it just required me moving around some inputs that basically didn't allow the game. I don't know how I did this. It wasn't. I don't know what I did. It still is not technically supposed to work, but I did something, and now it is. So I'm not complaining. I'm simply accepting that factor. So yeah, here it is. Sgt Saunders Combat. And it's kind of a boring game. I owned it back in the day. I sold it because simply I didn't play it enough. Stunt Race Effects, I sold that game simply because I didn't play it enough. And Sunset Riders, I sold it because I was low on cash, and the game apparently was selling pretty well at the time, so I decided to take upon that offer and sell it as well. For a good 20 bucks. It was worth it. I sold the other 2 games for about $7 each, so it was probably my biggest sell when I sold these games. I sold a lot of other games as well, but you know, those are probably the highest sales. I racked up like 50 bucks, which basically helped me pay my rent because I was like 30 bucks short. So I managed to sell about like a couple of those games within a day. Took them to an old retro shop and they took them on site. So I sold like $40 worth of shit, and then I got the other 10 on buying from like OfferUp or Lego second source. But yeah, Saunders, hold on. So yeah, Sgt Saunders Combat is basically like a turn-based strategy video game based on the 1960s television series, which around the time it was originally broadcasted on the ABC television network. I don't know if you guys have watched ABC. It's been around for a very long time. But it was released for the Super Famicom exclusively in Japan, so you're really not going to find it. I think there was a Europe version, but I thought this was the Europe version, but that version didn't work. So I had to tweak it around and basically reload it with the Japanese version. But it's basically like a Japanese-English game because most of the stuff is in English. Just dialogue is pretty much in Japanese, but still a good game. Definitely one I wouldn't play too much, but you know, I'd play it in general because it looks fun. A time-consuming game at that. And I probably didn't play the game enough because I didn't understand the game, and the game just took too much time for anything to happen, honestly. You know what? I'm confused on what we are fighting entirely. I think this is just a regrouping mission. Well, this ain't Delta Force, so it's either a regrouping or infiltration. It's hidden and dangerous is basically like the same thing. So wait, what? Are we already engaging in battle? Somebody got shot. This doesn't sound good. This doesn't sound good at all. This is actually boring. I should have just played I should just play Star Fox. I should have played Street Fighter or Star Fox, to be honest with you. Yeah, this is pretty much all that's gonna go on. I think this is extremely boring. Apparently we're getting attacked from trenches. Yeah, we're apparently being attacked from the trenches. So it's kind of similar to Pearl Harbor, I guess, in that regard. But alrighty guys, hope you guys enjoyed this stream. If you guys have much likes, give some feedback. As always, fans, until next time, we will come back with some more Super Nintendo games. I will see you guys until then.